Visit Milwaukee was integral in bringing Top Chef to the community, and we had such a good success there. The production team had such an amazing time while in Milwaukee that they said, "Hey, we're gonna share the story about how more productions need to come here." And so
nice.
That brought Bar Rescue back. That brought the Housewives, those opportunities to the city, because the city was so welcoming to the Top Chef crew.
I think it would be awesome to get something with Gordon Ramsay to come through. I don't know. He's probably been to Milwaukee before, but I just think something on that caliber. I think he's kind of got the Midas touch, right? Like anything he touches, it's gonna get the buzz and the noise.
Like a lot of bigger cities, to where you have to know if you're going to a baseball game a month and a half in advance.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another banger episode. We got a mismatch episode today. We're smashing in the Milwaukee Flavor podcast, as Forever Media has been putting that together. We're so excited. The episode, we've been going back and forth on that episode 1 edit, and it should be done this week. So I'm super excited. And also we got Josh and Around. We're going to also be introducing you guys to them. So we're mashing together these audiences, man. I'm super excited about this talk, all things Milwaukee, see what's going on. I'm really interested because we never really bounce back and forth on what we like, what our favorite spots are, just talking all things Milwaukee. So my name is Jamar Jones. I'm the founder of Forever Media. I'm national keynote speaker and the author of the book, Change Your Circle, Change Your Life. And that's what I'm doing today. And also we got some amazing guests. So you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves. So we got the Josh and Around crew.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jamar. So my name is Josh Albrechts, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrechts.
That's right. So there are two Josh Albrechts, and this is kind of even weird for us because also with us today is the unofficial Josh Albrechts of the Josh Albrechts crew, which is Ian Thompson. Ian, you get to say hi today. Say hi, Ian.
Yes, hello. Ian Thompson, unofficial Josh Albrechts, senior communications manager here at Visit Milwaukee and lover of all things Milwaukee.
Yeah, I love it. And so I'm Josh Albrechts as well, vice president, or actually chief marketing officer, Visit Milwaukee. And then the other Josh Albrechts, he's our guru. He's our man. He's our man in the can. He's the guy who's doing making the magic happen with the Josh and Around podcast.
That's right. And we have a lot of fun, and we talk about all things Milwaukee, whether it's food or sports or just anything that's happening, activities, different programs, businesses that are really highlighting what Milwaukee is all about, and just showcasing everything that they have to offer. And what makes them unique is what makes Milwaukee unique. And so it's been great so far to be able to highlight those businesses and those different events. And we're happy to be able to do this with you today.
Yeah, so, Jamar, I wanted to jump in and just real quickly give you like how two Josh Albrechts ended up having a podcast together.
It's a good story.
Because it's pretty unique. It's quite strange. And we have affectionately nicknamed ourselves as the Lightning and the Thunder. You can see the other Josh has got, if you're watching right now, he's got a lightning shirt on.
He's got the lightning shirt.
But it's a tale that begins at the beginnings of Facebook itself, where we became Facebook friends thanks to Josh reaching out to me with a no context friend request, which always was the way back in the early days.
It was 2009. You know, it's 2009.
This is a long time ago.
and in 2009, it was just, I'm sitting in my dorm room in college, and I was like, I'm just going to search for Josh Albrechts. And like 5 Josh Albrechts came up, and one of them happened to be this Josh Albrechts. And he didn't live in Milwaukee at the time. He was in Illinois, and I never even said a word to him, right? It was just, he just happened to go, hey, it's 2009, and there's a Josh Albrechts.
And we're friends. Of course we're friends. Facebook
we're friends now. We have the same name. What choice do we have? And then fast forward, 12 years, 11 years?
12 years.
And then Josh ends up moving to Milwaukee, getting the job with Visit Milwaukee. And I, at the time, was at a radio station, and I start getting these press releases handed to me, and people are saying, like, we'll miss you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it said Josh Albrechts becomes vice president of marketing with Visit Milwaukee, and I was like, what? No, this isn't me. Oh my God, I know who this is. and then I reached out to him, and we met, and we were like, this is crazy, right? Like this. Now you're in my city, and we're both in these type of roles. And
I was like, no, it's my city now.
yeah. He said, look at me. I'm the captain now. And so we've been having fun ever since, and running around town and making some good content.
So celebrate Milwaukee in the podcast.
Yeah,
that's crazy story. Because who searches their own name? Like who?
And like
does,
I said, it was
Ian's
2009, man.
Around that time period, I looked for other Ian Thompsons. I don't know. I think it was a 2009 thing.
And I've never
It was
searched
a
that. I
different
need to
time.
search this.
Now you don't do that, but back then.
Oh, you don't do that now.
yeah.
I can't do that now.
You can do it now.
Dude, you don't do it now. People don't do that now. I don't think.
Maybe
so.
just ask other people to do it for you now. Hey, could you search Jamar Jones for me?
See, like now it's kind of creepy. Like back then it was like just like
normal.
go with the breeze. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word.
I'm glad I did though. I'm glad I did.
Me too.
You know,
What a
otherwise
crazy story.
we wouldn't be here.
That's crazy. Wow.
So-
So you guys been just joshing around ever since.
That's
Doing our
it.
thing. We've had some crazy adventures. We've made cocktails. We've bowled. We've played whirly ball.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone all over the city doing some random stuff and talking to some really amazing people along the way. Which, hey, with what you do, Forever Media, you meet a lot of amazing people too in the Milwaukee area, I'm sure.
Yeah, we get up to some craziness, man, some shenanigans, which it's never a dull day in what I do. Always get to connect and meet so many interesting people, man. It's all about changing your circle. And so the more people I can meet, and it just keeps ramping up more and more. So I know the power of connecting with people, and Milwaukee's got some heavy hitters in it. I've been spreading the good word of Milwaukee. Actually, I just interviewed Tony Robbins' son, Jarek Robbins, and he had a whole story about Milwaukee on the podcast. But I was like, dude, there's some cool people here. He's like, all right, I'm coming back. Let's do it. I said, dude, come through, man. It'll be a good time. So yeah, there's amazing people here in the city. It's absolutely incredible.
You and Ian have been doing a great work for part of our partnership with Visit Milwaukee and Forever Media. Great interviews with some local celebrity chefs and the culinary scene. Like who have you been talking to with those interviews that's really stood out to you and has sort of excited you for what's happening in the culinary world right now in Milwaukee?
Yeah, so I think for me, there's been a number of them actually that have been really interesting. And me and Ian, we kind of get caught up in the episodes, to be honest, because like we're getting these conversations, we're interviewing, but then we kind of have our own questions that we like to ask. But I love to hear from the restaurant owners, from Bartolotta's. I mean, just so many amazing restaurants that are there, just to hear the actual chefs and like what they do. Because oftentimes we just get food right to the table, and we eat it. It's great. But to actually hear about like how the ingredients come, how they do they actually be like cooking like that at the house, like at the crib? Are they cooking like that? When family events or like holidays come around, are they the ones to cook, or do they say, nah, you better not hit me up. I'm done doing Thanksgiving. I'm done doing Christmas dinners. I'm not doing it anymore. So that's been really entertaining. Just to hear what the chefs have like, just their backgrounds and the more their day-to-day life has been really super interesting.
I think my favorite was the Sweets and Treats episode.
Oh yeah.
We asked the cooks and the chefs to bring in, some sweet treats for us to try on camera and during the podcast. So I think that was my favorite because it was more interactive. And also just, listening to Jamar chewing was one of my favorite things as well.
Perils of podcasting.
Yeah. That reminds me a lot, Josh, of when we did the video with Speed Queen Barbecue.
Oh yeah.
And I just was completely.
You couldn't even talk. Yeah, you were like, I'm eating, leave me alone.
I was seriously, I don't think I rushed through an interview faster to just get to the food. I was like, it's just,
And they just kept bringing it out too.
I'm
It was
drooling.
amazing.
Really? They just kept.
oh,
Here's some more barbecue. Here's some greens. Here's some beans. Here's some cornbread.
Josh is
Here's
being
some
all
more
polite.
barbecue.
And he's like, oh, thank you. This is plenty. I was like, for him. All right, you can take this. I'm going to, bring 2 more of those. That looks good. Give me 3 of those.
Was it what?
Oh.
Ribs, brisket? Was it like the
You
whole
name it,
platter?
man. They named all of it.
Everything. Turkey,
Everything.
ribs, brisket. Yeah, you name it. They brought it out that day. It was amazing.
God.
Oh,
Dude,
so
And that's a
that
Milwaukee
sounds-
institution. They've been around forever.
yeah.
They are an institution in the city, and definitely it's definitely a spot you want to get to if you've never been there. You're visiting Speed Queen Barbecue. It's legit.
Barbecue. Man, I love barbecue. And that's crazy. You guys just got it brought out to you in just waves. I would have never left.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Josh gave me a look like, okay, stop. Like, we have to go now.
Yeah, you're gonna wear out our welcome.
Come on. Do we have to? So good.
What other interesting interviews have you guys done?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we've done so many. You mentioned Bartolotta. We did their
Yep.
beer garden right there on the marina. Beautiful time to eat some lobster and drink some beer at the marina down in Veterans Park area. That was a ton of fun. Most recently, we had a great conversation with the cemetery, Forest Hill Cemetery, where all the beer barons are buried, which was a ton of fun. Learning about the history of the cemetery and
Which I'm gonna interrupt Josh, which I do all the time, but because when we do these, like there's some staples we do, right? Like we got an episode coming out very soon with an interview with John Greenberg, president of the Milwaukee Admirals, and the Admirals sports staples. You look at like a cemetery, right? And you're like, all right, what are we gonna learn here? And it was like one of the most interesting, fun, awesome interviews we've had. And that's to me what is really the beauty of Milwaukee is there's so much that even for me who has lived here my whole life, so much that's hasn't been discovered or experienced, right? I never would have thought to go to this cemetery, and then we do this interview and they talk about just the beauty of the trails and the park and going and if it is a beautiful day, just enjoying the scenery there. And on top of all the events that they do. And we learned they make honey. I mean, it was just
honey.
It was nuts. It's just nuts.
It's good.
And,
That's right.
and that's the beauty of what we do is you don't learn these things until you really do a deep dive and learn about all the actual unique businesses that exist in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's crazy. Honey.
Yeah.
Man, what's been your favorite interview so far? Was it the barbecue one? Or which one was your favorite?
That was the tastiest one.
That was the tastiest one.
Man, I gotta think.
I mean, picking the favorites hard. You know this as a host.
Yeah.
So many different people bring so many great, unique perspectives and different stories. And you never, as Josh was saying, you never really know where the conversation is going to go and what things you might uncover. Had a lot of fun with the Milkmen getting to hit. They gave us batting practice.
They did?
And that was that was a very memorable experience. If I remember correctly, the players were out in the outfield warming up and didn't even hesitate. Like they didn't didn't even pay attention that we were hitting balls at them because they knew we would not reach them with our heads.
Yeah. They were like, oh no, we're fine. All right.
We're safe. They're not gonna reach us.
Don't worry about that. No, that was good. I mean, we've done a bunch of stuff. We worked with the Milwaukee Kayak Company. We were out in kayaks and that was an interesting one because I don't go kayaking a lot. And so plus we're like mic'd up and trying to stay within range of each other. That's the other thing with these that is super interesting if we are kind of going behind the curtain a little bit. And Jamar, I know you understand this in your line of work as well, but the technology, it has come so far, but it is so easy for something to go wrong. There's just something
every time.
And so you try to do these interviews and you have these ideas in your head, like we'll do it on the kayaks.
Yeah.
Well, and then the person who, we're interviewing who kayaks like every day is like a mile and a half in front of us. And my receiver's like, oh no, that's too far. Okay,
Right.
gotta go faster. Josh, come on, we gotta keep up. And it's just, so that kind of adds to the fun of it and everything. I think one of my favorites was the Bobblehead Museum, though.
Oh yeah.
We got to
museum.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't been to the Bobblehead Museum and Hall of Fame, I mean, it's incredible. First of all, they have just so much going on there. But not only did we learn all about that, but when we were there, they actually showed us the process of making custom bobbleheads, and they made a Josh and Around Milwaukee bobblehead, which I believe.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
If you look right behind Josh's shoulder,
yes,
right.
You can see it's right there. We're right there. So we officially became bobbleheads.
Yeah, we reached immortality.
That's it. That's the peak.
This is the peak of the Joshes. This is the peak.
Like when we finished that, I was like, I don't know what there is to do. We cancel the show? Like, this is it. We reached the top. It's only downhill from here.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I mean, it's like being on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
You have you're in the Bobblehead Museum with a bobblehead. Come on.
That's it.
And we got that same day. We got to interview Bobby Portis from the Bucks at the Bobblehead Museum too.
I saw that too. Yeah, that was cool.
Which was a ton of fun. Ian, did you have a favorite you've been behind the scenes for?
Ooh, I think Roundhouse Bartolotto would be my favorite one because just eating the lobster roll. But Josh Albrecht and I almost got into a wrestling match over the lobster rolls, so that was the only thing that came out of that. I was just like, let me just take this and run, basically. So
yeah, which was the only way he was going to win, was by taking it and running.
That's right.
Yeah.
Serious about some lobster rolls, huh?
They are good.
Those are amazing.
They were good lobster rolls.
I didn't think I was a lobster roll person, and then I had them, and I'm like, now I'm a lobster roll person. So
change man. He's a change.
Credit to them.
I'll have to try them because so I used to work at Red Lobster, a number of Red Lobsters way back in the day, and so I was lobstered out, man. And so I just I used to take them out of the fish tank and then choose them for people, and so I haven't had lobster in a while. Lobster mac and cheese I've had, but not like lobster rolls, lobster tails, that kind of stuff.
It's like a secret. It's a secret thing in Milwaukee. The lobster roll with Bartolotta at Harbor House. You can grab one at the public market. A lot of visitors go there to get it.
There's always a line there. There's always a line there. Every time I'm right there, yeah, always a line.
Yeah, people are always shocked too. They're like, "Really, lobster rolls in Milwaukee?" We're like, "Yeah, we know how to play."
Yeah, the food scene in general has really elevated over the past, I would say, 10 years. Like it's really elevated. Before Milwaukee was kind of known just for the cheese. Obviously, you can get great beers here, great burgers as well. But now it's like a lot of the fine dining places are popping up. It's really become like a foodie city, and it's and even for people out of town that are coming into the city, like we interviewed several people that moved, from different places of New York, Illinois, different spots that are now in Milwaukee. And they're like, yeah, their food here is good. It's good. I mean, we interviewed a lot of just amazing people that just have all different types of stuff. What was that one, Ian, with people were talking about liver? Was it monk liver?
Monkfish liver, yes.
Monkfish liver. I still got to try it. I don't know if I will, but they said it was good.
I don't know.
They said it's a popular favorite. I'm like, all right.
Have you tried that, Ian? Have you gone there and had it?
I have not tried it yet. That also might be a thing that I'm not going to try as well.
We'll see. We'll see.
That might be the next podcast is Ian and Jamar try monkfish liver. And, whole bunch of
we might like it. Look, we might like it, man. The first time I tried escargot, I was like, oh, it's not bad. It's a little garlicky for my taste, but I was like, it's not bad actually. You never know until you try it, right? But Milwaukee's got a lot of those newer foods like that, and it's just getting better and better, man. I'm super excited to see kind of where the next 5-10 years go for Milwaukee because there's tons of restaurants popping up.
And I definitely think that chefs here are becoming a little bit more experimental as well. The market here is very receptive to trying a bunch of new things. I was just at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel at Ruyi. They had Wagyu sushi, so that was definitely something new to try.
How was that?
I'm sorry?
How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was something that I was like, okay, Wagyu sushi, and I was like, okay,
Sounds good.
Now I'm full on into it as well. So that's one of those things you wouldn't think about trying. If you want to get back into lobster, try their lobster sushi. They were another restaurant that converted me over. I thought I wasn't a sushi person. Now I am.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'll definitely try that out. That actually sounds good. I just got into sushi probably like 2 years ago. I've been starting to get more into sushi. Not like super raw stuff. I haven't hit that yet, guys. I haven't hit it. I've tasted a little bit here and there, but sushi's good, man. Sushi's good. So I'll definitely try that out.
Yeah.
All right. So
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so Jamar, what's the go-to? So you got someone coming in from out of town. What's the place? Where are you taking them for a restaurant?
Oh man. To be honest, it depends on what mood you're in. But I got a couple go-tos. Okay, so first, Camino's. Camino's, I love that place. If you want good wings, good burgers, fried, honestly, anything on their menu is slamming. Even their Nashville hot chicken sandwich is absolutely incredible. And honestly, any of those Caminos. Also, Crafty Cow as well is an awesome place. They got this like cheese curd, like it's like an appetizer thing, but it's like a cheese curd. It's just so good. They're so fluffy. It's absolutely incredible. I think there's like bacon, all types of stuff on there. So those are kind of like hey, if I want a good burger, good wings, go in there. I love Elsa's, honestly. I used to get the Maple Hook Manhattans. So they don't serve that anymore unless they change it. Maybe they changed it. There was like a period they stopped serving it, but the Maple Hook Manhattans, and they had some great food there. As well. So like a lot of times it'd be like 8, 9 o'clock and that'll be a perfect spot to go crash into. So definitely go in there. What else? You got to go Lakefront Brewery for the cheese curds. I think those are the best ones. What do you guys think? What's the best cheese curds in Milwaukee? Is that the best one?
I have a different one that you may not have tried yet.
Okay.
Pepper Pot has cheese curds that they make with their Jamaican jerk seasoning batter.
Ooh,
so you get the blend of like, a little Jamaican jerk, little cheese curds. Those are my favorite ones. What about you, Josh and Josh?
Man, this is gonna be kind of an outlandish answer. My favorite cheese curds are during the state fair. So you can only get them during the Wisconsin State Fair, but they're at Brad and Harry's cheese curd stand.
Oh, I don't think I've tried Brad and Harry's.
It's the one that with the mouse.
Oh,
building.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen yes.
And I have to say that because there's like 17 different places to get these curds at the state fair. But every year for like 15 years, the first thing I get when we go to the state fair is those cheese curds. I mean, if they were served year round somewhere, I wouldn't be able to leave my house. Like it would just be, they're amazing. So those are my favorite cheese curds.
I
gotta try it out.
Yeah, the cheese curd Explorium Brewing. It's got some great
that's
cheese curds.
good too. Yes, great beers there, guys. Oh my God, that's another spot I'm taking people. If you want great beer selection, that's the spot.
Yep, that's a good one. So, but I'm a big believer. It's hard to mess up a cheese curd. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's true.
And because they're just so amazing, and it's always a delight when we host people from outside of the area. If someone's coming in from California or somewhere, they don't like cheese curds aren't in every restaurant. And I'm always like, they're not. You guys, it's not a staple. Like, right. And they're like, you take them to restaurant after restaurant here, and they're like, oh, let me guess, there's more cheese curds, and it's such a delight to be able to be like, there are, but they're slightly different. Like every restaurant has it. So you have to eat them again and again, right? So it's definitely a nice delicacy of Milwaukee and Wisconsin. So. Yeah, and the debate will always continue. Josh, you'll say you'll throw down for Cousins.
Yeah, I was going to say the most underrated cheese curd is at Cousins Subs.
Yeah. I agree with that.
If you haven't had Cousins cheese curds, you're missing out. It's not, it's I would put them up again, like with anybody's, and they're from a place where you can get them at hundreds of locations.
Yeah.
Not even just a, small mom and pop shop. And they're cousins are definitely top 3 for me.
What you got to do the peanut butter
people
cookies.
upset.
Peanut butter cookies there too at Cousin Subs. Just chef's kiss.
Yeah. But people that
Everything
come out of
but
town
the
are like,
subs,
from
right?
a sub sandwich place, you're getting cheese curds. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. You're the weird one, not me. Like, what do you mean? Of course I am. It's exactly what I'm going to do.
That's awesome. I think the other spot is Loopy and Iris. Their customer service, we talked about this on the episode. It was really good though. We had so Adam Siegel came by from Loopy and Iris, and the customer service there was like impeccable. So I went with a good friend of mine. His name is Buddy. And we went there, we had dinner there, and and the service was like, it wasn't too much, but it was like the perfect amount. They just were always there, so attentive, and the food was just exquisite. If you guys want some fine dining, go to Loopy and Iris. It's absolutely incredible there. That's actually where they had Top Chef as well at Loopy and Iris. So he got to talk to us about that whole experience in the episode. So I definitely recommend going to that restaurant as well.
Which, speaking of Top Chef, I mean, that had to have been another huge, turning point for the city, and just embracing all of the culinary in Milwaukee and the state in general. But you talked a little bit, Ian, about the chefs and just people kind of exploring different things that are possible. And I wondered how much that Top Chef really said, yeah, let's just keep this going. Let's keep this creativity going and not stop at what should we do, but what could we do?
Yeah, hopefully it elevates the game, right? It makes people, see the city in a new way. And as Jamar was saying, the culinary scene's growing. And when a international television show comes and validates that growth, it sort of changes the landscape, right? And makes it a little more competitive, brings in more visitors. Maybe you might have to make a reservation now at a place before you could just walk right in. But all that's exciting, right? Because it's just when you sort of what you were talking with your book, Jamar, you change the circle a little bit, right? And elevate the game by bringing in higher levels of cooking, of culinary wizardry, and we'll see where it takes us, because it's going to change things, and it's only going to change it for the better.
Yeah. Speaking of the Top Chef thing, so Ian, throughout the episodes of recording, he kept dropping like little hints and of like different TV shows that are coming to Milwaukee, or in process, or maybe they just came through. And he'd be like, "Hey, would you guys what other TV shows would you guys like to see here?" And he was asking kind of those questions. And afterwards, I was like, "So did you just asking those?" And then all of a sudden I saw an article about the Real Housewives one, and then just a couple other ones. I think there was something about Bar Rescue also coming through. And this is funny because he would say that just kind of in a nonchalant way on the episode, and then later on there's an article about it. That gets released.
Yeah. I mean, it's all part of what we've been doing. Visit Milwaukee was integral in bringing Top Chef to the community, and we had such a good success there. The production team had such an amazing time while in Milwaukee that they said, "Hey, we're gonna share the story about how more productions need to come here." And so
nice.
That brought Bar Rescue back. That brought the Housewives, those opportunities to the city, because the city was so welcoming to the Top Chef crew and the contestants. And so our Midwestern Milwaukee nice hospitality paid off, and it's going to continue to pay dividends in the future.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you what I'm not used to though is you hear the buzz when there are people in the city, and then whatever they're doing here doesn't get released for months.
Mm-hmm.
And that gap kills me.
Yeah.
Like I see him filming and I'm like, oh, right. So next week is that? And it's no, it's in 3 months. Oh man, come on. I want it now. I want to know what you guys are doing here now. I don't want to wait 3 months to see this, but
people Yep. People are always coming here to, participate and film and do a whole bunch of other stuff. And we're excited for the things that are happening and releasing in 2025 too. So, I mean, keep your eyes peeled. Milwaukee is making news internationally and will continue to do that.
Nice. And even hosting the RNC was big. Like just for Milwaukee, just for the city, all that attention. I know Visit Milwaukee's team was like running around the clock, man, working around the clock on that one. That was a packed, week, 2 weeks. I mean, you got the prep and you got the aftermath. So probably like 2.5 weeks of like straight intensive. How was it just kind of having that experience here in Milwaukee?
Yeah, it was wild. It was more like 2.5 years than 2.5 weeks for the prep and the chaos. But I mean, it was amazing, right? No matter what your political leanings might be, to be able to host that caliber of an event in our city, it puts people on notice, and it says, okay, Milwaukee can play with all the big league teams and our big league cities out there. We had media from around the globe. And then to have, just a few weeks later to have the DNC do a live remote and have Kamala Harris be receive her nomination here too. So you got both nominations being received in Milwaukee. The election in 2024 is rolled through Milwaukee and Wisconsin, and shows how valuable our state and our city are, and how we should be taken as serious as these political candidates take us, right? So elevates our game, makes Ian's job a lot easier as he brings in more media and influencers from all over the world. And hopefully it means more industry, more growth, more future residents, and more future tourists for the city.
So I gotta ask everybody in the room, who would you like to see come to Milwaukee that you don't know has been to Milwaukee before? I see, Jamar, you've got like an Iron Man poster behind you. I think Robert Downey Jr. might be on your list.
Let him come through, man. I'll be there.
Yeah, I will also be there, for the record. Yeah, that would be incredible.
Who do I want? Man, it's probably a long list. So are we talking like just anybody? You could go anybody.
Well, living.
So Tupac can't come through, huh?
No ghosts.
Yes, no ghosts.
No Tupac.
I don't know. Maybe
Hologram
depends on your conspiracy theories.
Yeah, right. You're gonna do a show with Elvis, I heard.
Yeah, Elvis. Man, who do I want to come through? I think the music acts definitely have been getting bigger and bigger, which is fantastic, because that shows that this is a place that also, once again, can hold that kind of capacity of an audience, but also bring some of those bigger names in. I think it would be awesome to get something with Gordon Ramsay to come through. I don't know. He's probably been to Milwaukee before, but I just think something on that caliber. I think he's kind of got the Midas touch, right? Like anything he touches, it's going to get the buzz and the noise. So I think, and also I'm a Gordon Ramsay fan. I love the Hell's Kitchen. I think it's just hilarious.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I'm trying to think of who else.
Mine would be Beyonce.
Beyonce. Yeah.
Let's get On the Run 3 and have Jay-Z and Beyonce do a concert.
Okay, it's fun. I was gonna say mine is Eminem.
Oh,
I want Eminem here.
Best rapper alive.
I want we'll do a food truck festival, and he can bring Ma's Spaghetti in a food truck, because he's got that restaurant up in Detroit, Ma's Spaghetti.
Detroit, yeah.
Have him make, Ian, tell him to start some remote locations.
Come on, Ian.
He can come here. He can serve it in cups at a food truck and do a concert. That would be, he's on my list of just like, man, if there was ever a chance to see him do a show, would be top. And that's one of the big things too, is just getting, a lot of the musical acts, like you talked about that, Jamar, just getting some of the, there's still a lot of this big artist is playing in Chicago, and we have, Summerfest is great. And we've done interviews with Summerfest too, just talking about all the different bands and how that all lines up and things. But you look at what, American Family Field's doing, and the different remodeling and renovations they've done to be able to host some bigger concerts. And I'm like, yeah, enough of this just going to Chicago and having to see these mega stars, at Soldier Field or whatever it is, bring them to Milwaukee. We got the people, we got the space, and so I'd love to start seeing some. I want to get away of that. If you want to see this really big act, you got to go to Chicago. No. Bring them here. Bring them to Milwaukee.
Yeah, and the parking's way better too, guys. Parking's way better. Going in any other like Chicago, and you gotta, it's an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I'm trying to think of one more. One more person I want to come through.
Well, while you're thinking of yours, Ryan Reynolds for me. Probably the guy. We would get him. He just gave up an ownership share of Wrexham, so we are bringing a Milwaukee soccer team here within the next couple of years. So that would be like the next step, is to get Ryan Reynolds to invest in Milwaukee, invest in the soccer team here. We actually just had Milwaukee Land with Lil Uzi Vert, and for whatever reason, Ryan Reynolds liked the post of Milwaukee Land, so he might have some interest in coming here. So that's kind of on my white whale.
Stay on it, Ian. Stay on it.
That's the next thing. I got to ask Josh Albrechts about the budget for that, but
Approved.
Approved. Yeah,
hey.
There you go. Stamped it all.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Marvel comic book fan, video games. So I would love to have like a big like video. I know we have Midwest Gaming Classic that comes through here. They're more focused on the classic games. It'd be amazing to have some kind of big gaming, either convention that also includes a lot of the newer games, new releases. I know they're not doing E3 anymore, but that would have been awesome to have some kind of buzz around the gaming, just the audience there, because there's just so much momentum that's happening with that. Mm-hmm. And I would love to be around those bigger names like the Activisions and those of the world. I think that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Be a great event for the Baird Center, for the new, Wisconsin Center District to highlight, all that they could do in that beautiful building too.
Dude, that thing is gorgeous. That building is gorgeous. I spoke there a few months ago. Actually, I think it was like a month and a half ago, and beautiful space. Like, I mean, everything is just top notch in there. It's incredible.
Yeah, the public art there is amazing. The ballroom, ridiculous, with the crazy wavy ceiling, water features, you name it. It's a dynamite.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing is, I would like to see more. I think like major business people come through. So like your Grant Cardones, your Patrick Bet-Davids, those people they got massive audiences. They're packing out arenas when they're doing their conferences. More of those type of acumen of people, because I just think that'll be awesome, great for the city from the business perspective, for all of our small business owners and other businesses that are in the area to be able to have that access to those things, and then always going to Miami or Vegas or some of these other spots. I think that would be super dope to have them come through.
Mark Cuban was just here.
There you go.
So we did it.
There you go. That's dope. What was he involved in?
He was here speaking as a part of a political campaign.
Oh, gotcha. So, okay.
He was here.
Yeah. No, that's dope. Yeah, more of that. More sharks coming through would be nice. That would be awesome, man. So what's for entertainment wise, what do you guys love to do in Milwaukee? Just entertainment.
Man,
yeah, I mean,
I'll start because I'm all about sports. I love our sports, and it's a love-hate relationship. I love them, and then I hate when they break my heart. And that's part of being a sports fan. But they control my emotions, which I should not let them. But there's it's so much pride in our sports teams here, and living in that small market mentality. I really think puts a chip on the shoulder of Wisconsin sports fans and Milwaukee sports fans. And so, it really adds to that ability for the fans to get behind the teams. And then I think that the teams just do such a good job of including the fans in what they do, from making family events, things that make it good to bring multiple kids, or if you're just going with some buddies, you're going to have fun regardless. And so, and it's also not something that, like a lot of bigger cities, to where you have to know if you're going to a baseball game a month and a half in advance. You can still go, hey, you know what? I'm doing a half day today. The Brewers got a game you want to come with, and you can still go, and you're not breaking the bank to be able to make that happen. And so I'm all about it. And I love that Milwaukee can identify as such a sports city.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I would second that for sure. But I'll add in the Milwaukee Theater District downtown. Our theater scene is a sleeping giant. And once the country knows how dynamic our theater scene is, I think they'll be flocking here to check out all kinds of concerts at places like the Pabst Theater or the Riverside or Miller High Life Theater, or seeing small productions at some of the smaller stages, or checking out the Symphony or Milwaukee Rep. There's just lots of great momentum in the theater district right now.
I know we're almost at time here, but my last one, and then Jamar, you can talk about yours, would be we're the city of festivals, right? Doesn't matter, what time of year it is. You can go to so many different festivals here in the city of Milwaukee. We talked about Summerfest, but State Fair, Weird Fests. There's just so many random ones that you could just kind of go to.
There's so many of them, man. So many ones to pick from. And dude, I honestly, like, as I travel more, dude, Milwaukee, I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I don't know is there any other state, any other city that has this many festivals, like back to back? I feel like the summer and fall, I mean, it is literally like every week there's like sometimes multiple festivals, streets blocked off, food trucks galore, entertainment. I mean, you can't go anywhere without seeing this stuff. And I'm like, is it fair to say that Milwaukee is like becoming this like festival capital of the country? Like, there's just not a lot of that. People have a couple festivals and fairs and stuff, but Milwaukee, it's like 2 seasons of straight festival. Like it's crazy. Yeah. Is that fair to say?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we're definitely city of festivals. We've even got the trademark, so we've trademarked it at Visit Milwaukee that we're the city of festivals. And certainly having the Summerfest grounds, having that location, having the state fairgrounds, these great venues that can host these festivals is true to who we are, and leans into the food scene and leans into the theater scene and the sports. So yeah, we are the city of festivals. We should yell it to the world and come here all year and have a good time.
And another point too, you said, like, especially during the summers, this is back to back to back. I tell people that are out of town, I'm like, look, we have tons of stuff that we do inside when it's cold. It's not like we all just hibernate. Like, we still go out and do things. But then when the weather's nice, I mean, a summer in Milwaukee can't be beat. And the city realizes it. The people that live here realize it. And so we just pack it all in. It's like, all right, we got 100 days, 120 days, every single day. We got something. There's something going on every weekend. There's a festival. Sometimes there's too much going on one weekend. You're like, all right, we're never going to be home this weekend because Friday we're going here, Saturday we're going here, Sunday we're going here. And that's, it's a beautiful thing though. It's a great thing about Milwaukee.
Can't get bored. Can't get bored in this city. Not at all. So for me, I'm going to do a little bit of an abstract one, guys, for entertainment. So, cause I'm a gamer. Okay. And in my pastime, when I do have a little bit of free time, I like to compete, sometimes competitively, in Super Smash. I know it's super random, but I have gone to several tournaments before. It's a way for me to disconnect my brain from everything else. But I got to shout out Brandon with Cream City Convergence. The esports scene is getting bigger and bigger here, guys, and it's absolutely incredible. There's places popping up all over Milwaukee where people can be able to game and do it competitively and get a really good community around it. So if you're looking for a great community to be around and just great events, to be able to compete, but also to go see what's new, be able to collect, for different games and stuff like that. Like there's a lot more that's popping up. So I just wanted to give a shout out also to Brandon. He's just been doing incredible with the esports scene.
Love it.
Yeah, another great example of just unique things growing in the city of Milwaukee and finding their way.
Yeah. I appreciate it because before, it was hard. Hard to find some stuff local in the city, but now it's popping up left and right, man. So it's been really cool. Well, this has been awesome. Awesome episode with you guys. Just in closing here, where do we see Milwaukee going? Can you guys give us any sneak peek? I mean, we're with Visit Milwaukee right now. So any sneak peek of where Milwaukee's going in the next, let's say the next couple of years? What can we look forward to?
I'll go first. I'm looking forward to Harley Davidson Homecoming and Summerfest returning in the summer. Summerfest will actually be starting during Juneteenth. So there will be nice crossover with some of the events that are going to be happening there. And then, you can't beat a Harley Davidson Homecoming. Since they've made that an annual event, they've brought a bunch of different big headliners. And, I'm a motorcycle guy myself, so it gives me an opportunity to ride around with everybody. So those are the things I'm looking forward to that are already on the schedule for, 2025 and beyond.
Nice.
Yeah. And I would say, sports, we're going to have a Bucks championship. We're going to have a Brewers championship. Admirals are going to win it. The Wave are going to win it. You dial them all up because the teams are fantastic. And we're the host for next couple of years still. At the Milwaukee Mile IndyCar coming back with a couple of big race / festival weekends in August each year coming up the next 2 years. So that's exciting. It got NCAA basketball. Final Four tournament coming here, the first couple of rounds coming in March. So there's lots of really, really solid momentum. For the first time ever, we're going to host USA Fencing with their tournament leading up to the Olympics. So that's going to be the Baird Center.
Fencing's huge. I didn't realize how big fencing is. Fencing's gigantic.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun just to see the different, conferences, conventions that are coming through the Baird Center, the momentum in the city, and then hey, the mayor wants us to hit 1 million people, so get ready. The high rises are coming. The people are coming. The city's growing, and we'll see where we're at in 10 years.
Nice. Is it true that did we get All-Star Weekend? Did we ever get that?
Not yet. Still working on that for the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And the Brewers are due to host again, too. It's been a while for the Brewers, so hopefully we can talk the Admirals into hosting one, and the Milkmen just hosted last year for their Frontier League, and so if we can get some All-Star weekends, it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know we were in the conversation last I heard, so I just was curious if any new updates. No, that's cool. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna kind of piggyback that, but I really think that if you look back to kind of when everything started opening back up post-COVID, I think Visit Milwaukee specifically had a huge part in just hitting the ground running. And kind of not waiting for everything to come back, but just kind of pushing it. And so you have been seeing over the last couple of years events that were either gone for a long time are now back, or things that never were here have now had their inaugural and their second annual already editions of events. And I think that it's kind of just it's a snowball. It's a snowball effect with that stuff, man. One organization sees another organization's success here in the city and goes, we should plan on being there too.
Right.
And I mean, like fencing's a great example. Like, who would have thought, right? Like, no one doesn't, but that could have happened because of a different event that came here. And so the more events that we just put on the map, I think is just another way to highlight the city. And I think that the biggest thing that's going to happen in the next couple of years, to answer your question, is that we are going to be more on the map. You're going to see people coming here. You're going to run into more tourists here going, I saw Milwaukee on this, and we've never been here. And it might even be from people just down south, or, maybe people on the other side of Lake Michigan, that have been, you guys have always just been a lake away, but we've never made our way here. because of these things. Now we're checking it out. So that's what I see happening in Milwaukee in the next couple of years is the tourist game is gonna change.
Super dope. Everybody go check out the other episodes of Joshing Around, and also go check out and make sure you keep up on the updates for the Milwaukee Flavor podcast. We got so many amazing episodes from Milwaukee icons, people have been seen on TV. We got sustainability, and the list goes on and on and on. You can see me and Ian just chopping it up on the podcast there, talking to some amazing people. If you guys want to learn more about Milwaukee, please go ahead and visit Milwaukee's page, which is visitmilwaukee.org. And I'm super excited to see where everything goes next. And definitely just being a part of this whole thing, man. It's been a fun time. This has been a great episode. This has been a great episode.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one, and we'll catch you later.
All right.